So we're getting into reloading now. I've went and bought a bit of gear, built myself some as well, a few things here and there, tools and whatnot. So we're going to load up some 150 grain Woodleys in the 308 with AR 2208, 45 grains, and if you're getting into reloading, find someone that's got some powder because that's a kilo for $150 at the moment. And primers aren't widely available either, but hopefully that resumes with the rest of the supply chain around the world. So I built this annealer for annealing cases before you resize them to preserve or get more reloads out of them. Works off 52 volt power supply and runs about 12 amps when it anneals 308 cases. And they're roughly 5 seconds, I think it's 5.7 seconds to do a case. If you want more info on that, I can possibly do a video, but if you Google MGNZ annealer, guy in New Zealand came up with this off the NZ Hunt and Fish forums, and it's a pretty wild bit of gear, but it does a great job, as you can see there. It yeah, preserves the life of your case and makes them more consistent. So now we're checking the headspace with a headspace gauge on the vernier. So we've got 1.637 inches and need to knock that down roughly 3 thou. So it's about 7 thou, which is fine, but I'll back that die out a little bit more. Get it, just that, we don't want to be moving it too much. So we're at 1.637 originally, and now we're at 1.634, 4.5, so about 2.5 to 3 thou, which is fine for my gun. So now that we've resized them, they're a little bit long, so we'll check the overall length. Generally I trim them to about 2 inch, 20.05. But yeah, you usually get a few reloads before you need to trim your cases, but these have had 4 reloads so far. So we're at 20.21, so we need to knock that back about 15 thou. So now we're at 20.05, so 4.5, close enough, 20.05. Leave it at that. So we'll do the rest of the cases and then chamfer and deburr, do that to them all, and then we'll get ready to tumble and get all the case lube and shit off them after we clean the primer pockets. And you don't, I don't know, people say you don't have to, but I just find with a wet tumble, dirty primer pocket usually turns to a bit of sludge in there. So I just give it a brush out and then most of the shit falls out. So that's the dirty one there. Then get your little Lee primer pocket cleaner tool, give that a few turns, and it comes out sparkling, sort of. Doesn't really show on camera, but it is a lot cleaner. So then we get this bit of PVC pipe with 2 end caps on it, fill it up with boiling hot water. This is the hot water service is right next to this, so this comes out piping hot. Fill that up and then chuck our brass in. And then get about a teaspoon of citric acid and a capful of CLR. See if I can do this without spilling it. Perfect. See if I not spill it again. Perfect. Chuck that in there and put the cap on, and then hook this up to me homemade tumbler thing, with a couple of bearings and a drill with a clamp on it. Let that run for probably only 15 minutes. I nailed the cases, sized the cases, trimmed the cases, washed them in a tumbler just with CLR and citric acid. There's no pins or anything in there, which I'll look at getting just to tidy them up a bit, but I'm not really concerned with having bright shiny cases. It's more so just to get the shit out of the primer pockets and out of the necks and whatnot. So they're dry now, so we'll seat some primers, weigh some powder charges, and then seat some bullets and see how we go at 500 metres. Using CCI bench rest primers for large rifle, not for any reason other than that's what was available at the shop, because if you've been shopping for primers at the moment, there is not many about. So we'll get 20 of them out and get them in here. Whack that in there and seat that till it's flush, or just below flush. Now we've got our powder in a powder thrower, so I'll make sure it's off first before you go and put powder in it, and then turn it on, and then drop a few charges to make sure it's the right weight. This one's generally pretty consistent within sort of point plus or minus 0.2 of a grain. But you can see sort of in the footage that that's just crept up to 45, might be 45.1, which is close enough for me. Close enough to kill a deer or hit a bit of steel anyway. So we'll throw all our charges and fill them all up, and then we'll get ready to start seating bullets. We'll put the seeder in and going for overall length of 2.8, slightly under. You can seat longer, but my magazine doesn't fit them any longer than that, and that's what it says in overall length in the book. So that came out 2.807. I'll wind that in a little bit and go again. And that's come out just about bang on 2.799 and above. hold my mouth funny, it probably goes 2.8. So the neck tension, we've got 0.331 outside before we see the bullet, and after we see the bullet we've got 0.3334. So that's 3,000 neck tension. There we go, 500 metres. Mind you, this is a rifle that weighs less than 3 kilos, so they certainly jump a bit. It's a 2 to 7 power scope. So I shot all my bullets and hit probably 15 shots out of 20, and then went to open another box I had made up, and then this happened. So that sort of ended the day of shooting. Thanks for watching.